Celtics G League affiliate. And Tatum, he spoke for the first time about that today.
I'm feeling good. It was good to be a part of practice yesterday with the main G League guys. Today is 39 weeks, so it's been a long journey. And it's just like the progression of rehab. It was the next step. Doesn't mean that I'm coming back or I'm not. It's just following the plan. So it's just another step.
Just the next step, but it's certainly good to hear from Jayson Tatum as we say hello to our senior insider, Shams Charania. So, Shams, we hear that Tatum just says this is the next step, but what does practicing with the G League team mean for his return to play timeline?
Well, it means that Jayson Tatum participated fully in his first 5-on-5 scrimmage with Celtics rostered players, two-way players, G League players, not just coaches. So he participated fully in that 5-on-5 scrimmage on Monday. And everyone I spoke to with knowledge of Monday's practice told me Tatum looked great. And he's been ramping up. He has done 5-on-5 with coaches over the last 10 days. But it's different when you play your fellow teammates, two-way players, and G League players. And he has been operating as a player who has a defined debuting this season. There are still boxes for Jayson Tatum to check. And at the end of all this, there's going to be about a dozen people gathering in a room and deciding and determining whether Jayson Tatum is 100% cleared medically and 100% cleared on a mental level.
But it is good to hear that he looked great in that scrimmage, in that practice. Chiney Ogwumike, Danny Green are here with us as well. When a player progresses, friends, to 5-on-5, what does that tell you? Both of you guys have gone through big injuries in your career. I'll start with you here, Danny. What does that tell you about their timeline to return?
It's pretty soon. I mean, in my eyes, because when I did 5, I didn't have an Achilles, I did a knee. But when I was in 5-on-5 shape or playing, it seemed a bit easier than one-on-one because you have people out there helping you. But it let me know that I was closer mentally, physically to returning to play. It usually takes about 2 to 3 weeks to get back there. For him, he has a lot of time right now. I wouldn't rush it because I don't see them as the contenders with or without him. I still see the Knicks coming out of the East. But this is a good, progression for him. It's a good space to be in, and mentally it helps him kind of get over that hump and get that encouragement that he needs to say, I can get out there and I can still do this.
Yeah, first things first, no pressure for Jayson Tatum. I did have an Achilles, and when I got to 5-on-5, it only took me about 2 weeks before I was cleared to actually play. But technically, I did not play because the season was later. It was a couple months later.
Yeah.
And that's why I say there's a big difference between playing and practice, where everyone is a little bit more reserved and they understand that you have an injury, versus playing in a game where people actually target and try to exploit the fact that you are coming back.
Yeah.
So again, I think it's a great sign for Jayson Tatum for his recovery. Great job to the doctors and the staff there. But to return at this point in the season, knowing that the pressure is on, that is a difficult situation. But I'm happy that mentally he feels comfortable. And I'll lastly say this. Every time I jumped when I started playing, I thought about, I landed. Every time I fell, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm good. It is a mental adjustment as much as it is a physical adjustment that he'll have to navigate.
That's what I was curious about, Chiney. How much of this, because you hear about players who have these catastrophic injuries, that they're ready to come back. They've checked all of the benchmarks. But how big of a hurdle is that, getting over whatever that mental block is in your own mind?
First of all, it's great to see signs that people have had Achilles injuries and come back and been all-stars, MVPs. I was in the WNBA at that time. I saw Breanna Stewart, Alyssa Thomas. They all came back from Achilles situations, and so they were able to progress and show that it's possible. But for Jayson Tatum, I do believe that mental part is the hardest part, because it's something where your body is fine, but your mind is the one that's going to provide those questions for you. There's a bad pass. You have to jump. You're like, ooh, am I good?
Yeah.
But the play action is still happening. But still, the timeline for him is very advantageous. I just feel like the Celtics have already done their job for this season. There's no pressure for him to return.
Yeah, I mean, again, I can only reiterate what she's been saying. That 5-on-5 gets you in that basketball shape, that mental shape of being able to do those things. You have to kind of relearn a lot of things. You got to relearn how to walk, got to relearn how to run and jump. And the game is really fast. You got to find ways in this league. It's already to slow the game down. So for him to get in there sooner, it'll help him adjust. Because I remember my first game back, I'm like, damn, this game is really fast.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of time to do that. So 5-on-5 helps a lot, especially with other players. And then if he gets more reps in that, it'll just make him more comfortable when he does come back.
I know that everything, Shams, that Jayson Tatum is saying is trying to temper expectations. This is just another step, but there's a lot of folks in Boston who are incredibly excited just to see this step. What happens next?
The next step is him continuing to build that rhythm and getting his conditioning right and continue to feel confident, because I think that's really the next step for him, is getting there mentally and emotionally and confident in that leg that he injured. I mean, think about it. In May, he suffers the Achilles, and now you're looking at March. I think what's going to be important for the Celtics is somewhere in March, if you're able to get Jayson Tatum back on the floor, that gives him the proper amount of games ahead of the playoffs in mid-April to get you going and get you under the right conditions to return. Because if you're just coming back with 5, 8, 10 games left in the season, that could be even more difficult. Now, I don't think the Celtics want Jayson Tatum to just return with about a handful of games left in the season. They want him to have an appropriate amount of time before the playoffs. But, I mean, even if he returns in March, that's 10 months. That's a pretty remarkable recovery time.
It is.
And this is not just any team. This is a team that has championship potential aspirations if he is back.
Yeah, this is a team and a city that certainly knows winning at the highest level, and a player who certainly knows it as well. Shams, thank you very much. We appreciate the time. Speaking of ramp up, we think you need to...
Malice at the Palace, but the Pistons and Hornets were buzzing in Charlotte. 4 players ejected, including Isaiah Stewart, who rushed off the Detroit bench to confront Charlotte's Miles Bridges. Stewart's Detroit teammate, though, Duncan Robinson, he didn't want anything to do with it. You'll see him in the clip not exactly enjoying how things escalated in this one. Basketball analyst Danny Green back here with us right now. And Danny, they were throwing hands over there on the court. Your reaction to what happened last night?
I think my reaction was the same as everybody else's. Like, whoa, like what's going on? Exciting. I mean, it's kind of fun part of the game, but you just don't want to see it carry out that long. We love the competitive nature. We love the grit and attitude and guys kind of getting after each other. But we don't need it to continue on to where guys clear benches and suspensions happen. We don't want to see teams like the Hornets, have their season turned around because they have guys missing multiple games. Even Detroit at the top of the East right now. But who would have thought, we'd be saying this. We want to see these two teams play in the playoffs in the first round if we could.
Yeah, both of them with a little bit of edge to them as well. Now let's pivot to another team in the East. The Celtics star Jayson Tatum hasn't played this season after suffering from a torn Achilles in last year's playoffs. He spoke today after practicing with Boston's G League team. Take a listen. It's new on SportsCenter.
I'm feeling good. It was good to be a part of the practice yesterday with the main G League guys. Today is 39 weeks, so it's been a long journey. And it's just like the progression of rehab. It was the next step. Doesn't mean that I'm coming back or not. It's just following the plan. So it's just another step. I don't know the percentage. I just know I feel a little bit better every day, and I just try to focus on that.
And Jayson Tatum right there describing it as just another step in his process. But Danny, are the Celtics the favorites in the East if Tatum returns this season?
No, not for me. I still have the New York Knicks. I think they have more experience. They have more chemistry. They have more depth. I mean, Boston is a very good team, but it takes time to build that chemistry. And if he were to come back right now, he'd have to play a good 20 to 25 games for them to have that. And I don't know if he'll get that. Like, he has to probably rehab or do 5-on-5 for at least another month or so. But it's good. This is a good sign for him, trending in the right direction. He's getting out on the court. They'll play 5-on-5. He's feeling better, more confident in himself. So he probably could play the season. But for me, I don't think it's a rush. I don't think he needs to get back that soon because even with him, I don't see them as favorites. You still forget they have a bunch of monsters out west with OKC, Denver, San Antonio. Obviously, one of them has to come out the West, but I don't see those teams or Boston beating them with or without Tatum.
Yeah, and Celtics not doing too bad without Jayson Tatum being out there on the floor. Third in the East, only 5.5 games back of the Detroit Pistons. Danny Green with the insight. Thanks so much.
Thank you.